What's up guys, I'm Angora and today we're going to talk about rescued versus pedigreed cats coming up. Alright, so if you decide to go to rescue a kitten in the shelter, I think it's a very admirable gesture and you're a very admirable person. I think that it's very important that we help our feline friends that doesn't have any house, that doesn't have any home, and we're willing to give that home and to help them and to give love to them, and they will obviously give that love back. And I think that if you're going in that direction and that is your way, then go for it and enjoy. I think it will be very enjoyable experience, and there are lots of friendly and beautiful cats, and whatever, like all my recommendations go to you. Like if that's your path, just go to the shelter and adopt the kitten. And I think more people should adopt, yes, of course, because they can have, like in their house, they can have several cats and several rescued cats, and you're basically sometimes are giving a life to their cat, otherwise it would be euthanized. And so sure, definitely go for it, and maybe have a pedigreed cat and maybe have a rescued cat as well. Like all the cats, they will give you all the love they have, and you will do the same, obviously. Alright, but talking about Turkish Angora and pedigreed cats in particular, I would like to stress out that when you are buying a pedigreed cat, you're also buying some things, like some history behind it, and you're also buying a relationship with that breeder. So let's look at this a little bit more. So when you're having a history of the cat, you know exactly what kind of issues you can expect, like what kind of issues the kitten had before it got to you. So or the cat, maybe you bought an adult cat and you already know that he had like some disease or whatever. It also will be like trained. We usually, like the breeders, we train our kittens so they don't like leave our cattery before they know some manners, let's say. That's why that is one of the reasons why they are not leaving our cattery before a certain age, because they need to learn how to socialize with people, with cats, with dogs, with children, with whatever we can train them to, with like going on the leash outside, I don't know, not biting and all that. So we are, like in general, we're trying to make our cats more educated cats. So if, for example, if you have a abandoned kitten and he was left by his like cat mother, I don't mean now like left, but maybe the mother is missing. So if you are having very small kitten in your house, like some people will give like bottle feeding, and the kittens are really small sometimes, their cat probably will not have the same socialization that the kitten from the cattery, because they wouldn't know when to stop biting or when to stop scratching or where to scratch. They just don't have that experience from the origin. They just didn't learn it with their brothers, like when to stop the biting, like, or where not to scratch and where to scratch. Because when they have their models, their examples, like their mother or the female cat or the male cat, they can copy them. So certain things will be like on the instinctive level, they will learn it from the cattery. And also the breeders, we are upbringing them in a way that they will be very soft, very nice to have around. Well, majority of cats there will be some wild ones, obviously, sometimes, but in general we are going towards that direction. So in general, with the breeders, we know how to treat cats in a way that they will not be aggressive in the future. They will not expect from the human being anything, any wrongdoing or anything hurtful. So they will not defend themselves in a way the cat can defend himself, like scratching or screaming or biting or whatever. Also, like from another perspective, when you are buying a kitten from a responsible breeder, you're also buying some kind of relationship with the breeder. So if the breeder is open with you and have time to dedicate to answer all your questions and to connect with you, to help you in any way, sometimes it helps when the kitten is ill and some people are just asking, okay, what's wrong with my kitten, and the breeder will know first before you go to the vet, and so like it's just another source of interaction and help that you can get, and so when you are adopting a kitten from the shelter, all the history, like human history with the kitten, is kind of lost or deleted. We don't know what happened to that cat, and cat eventually can have, may not have though, but can have that adversity in their character or in their behavior. So some things are easy to change. For example, to litter train a cat, or whatever the shelter can do can help the kitten to be socialized and adapted. So, but some things are not that easily changed. So you have kind of more probability than some adversity would happen, and so also you don't have the human help that you usually would have with a responsible breeder, who will advise you on the food, the illness, I don't know, all the stuff that we can provide, like for the person who are new in that cat upbringing, right? Obviously, there is a price difference, and you should decide whether it's affordable for you, whether it's worth it for you, because in the shelter you have that kind of limited possibilities. So you have the number of cats, of course, that they have at that moment, and there is not so much choices, so you select from the cats that there are in the shelter, and there may be some beautiful cats, but then if you decide for a breed, if you decide that a Turkish Angora, for example, is a breed for you, you can select not only the breed, you can select I don't know, the features of the cat. Like, say, you can have the beauty of blue eyes, or white hair, or whatever you like from a Turkish Angora, that elegancy, whatever. So you can select what color you want to have, or what color of the eyes, what color of the coat. So you have more freedom there. You have like more choices when you're connecting with breeders all over the world, and it's kind of up to you if you like the breed so much that you are willing to pay the money for it and not go to shelter. So if you have any questions, please let me know. There are sometimes there are questions about, is this Turkish Angora cat is from your cattery, and because it was rescued and it ran away from its owners. And I just want to say there is very small percentage of the cats in the shelters that are really authentically purely Turkish Angora. And so like there are a lot, maybe mixtures, like maybe there are like mixed cats like Turkish Angora with some street cat or something like that. There may be cats that are similar to Turkish Angora, but not necessarily they are purely authentically Turkish Angoras. There are cases, obviously, because they do run away, but in general the responsible breeders will kind of trace their kittens during their lives. So it's kind of less probable that you will just find it in the shelter near your house. There are not so many breeders around the globe, and there are not so many cats, and we kind of trace our children, our grandchildren or whatever, and it's very rare that we wouldn't know where the kitten is, where the cat is, where he's growing or what's going on, and it's just lost and you just happen to find them in the shelter. It can happen, but it's kind of rare. Okay, so if you have any questions, do let me know and leave all the questions below, because I read all of them and I try to answer all of them. And if you like this video, you can subscribe to receive more videos like this one. And if you know someone who can benefit from listening to this video as well, please do share it. And if you are a breeder, also if you have people asking about this subject, please just send them the video, and I think it will be helpful for everyone. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.